I never really thought of that in that way. I thought of doing instruction videos on how to tattoo. But in that, to do that, I felt like to do the way I would want to would be, I would need like a cameraman, to, kind of show and then show what I'm doing, dipping the machine into the caps. I don't know, but, Haley, who was my client, she reached out the next day and said that she had a lot of fun with you guys. And she appreciated the experience. So I thought that was nice. Lots of stuff happened this weekend. Nothing crazy that I can remember. I feel like there was something crazy that happened this weekend. There was some Diddy stuff. We're going to talk about that with Jaguar Wright. I've never met Jaguar. I've never even been on a panel with Jaguar. I've watched a lot of her stuff. I do consider Jaguar a victim of she did choose a life of being a sex worker. But I do consider her a victim of people taking advantage of that. Possibly even Diddy taking advantage of that. That's allegedly. We'll just have to see. I do think not a lot of things that she said or says are true, and to an extent, or maybe they're exaggerated. Kind of like she just gets caught up in the story, maybe exaggerates it a little bit. But who's to know? That all that stuff is super crazy. All the Diddy stuff is super crazy. All of the stuff is super unbelievable. But a lot of it is true. But I think the internet sleuths have pretty much figured out, and her friends have come to her, and I don't want to say rescue, but come to her aid in showing the world that there's no way that what that girl claims and what that lawyer, Ariel something or another, claims was that she was there or brought the victim to the house where she was R-worded. But I am of the belief that you have to take it all. The court system, the legal system has to take it as true, and then that needs to be proved, right? But I think there's pretty much, well, we'll just get to it. No, let me get to the chat. Diddy can wait, and Jaguar Wright can wait. Good morning, James Collins. How are you this morning? I am so glad you are here, supporting me and the chat, and doing the moderation for the chat. I was trying to think of another word for moderation. I couldn't think of it. Good morning, Diane Shaw. How are you this morning? It's good to see you. Hi, time difference in New Zealand. You'll probably be watching this on the replay. How are you today? Heather Rhodes, how are you doing today? I'm so glad you're here this morning. Diane Hill, good morning. Aunt Lindy, good morning, and thank you for helping out with the moderation. I really appreciate it. My own eyes and ears, good morning. Good morning, everyone. I'm working on the well pump. We'll listen in. I'm glad you're listening. My own ears. I have worked on many a well pump. Living in Montana, especially if we're off the grid a little bit, we all have pumps and wells. This tastes so good right now. Good morning, Sherry. So good to see you. Thank you for being a member. I always like seeing that you're here in the mornings, Sherry. Good morning, love it. How are you today? I'll be back in a few. Auntie Monkey Pants, how are you this morning? Good to see you. Thank you for your support, Tan Louis. I always think I'm saying that wrong or not representing that right. Galen, another person I am so happy to see in the mornings. I always know, when there's certain people here that I'm going to be okay. No matter how good the show is or how good of a show that I put on, that it's going to be okay because at least you guys are here with me and supporting the show. And I just know that everything's all right in the universe. And I kind of do dread the day that I don't see those names. I couldn't imagine being here and having those certain names in the chat. And there's a few of them, and there I would just be like, something's wrong, right? And I'm not even talking about with me or the show. I'd be like, something's wrong with you guys. Like, I hope you guys are okay. Yeah. So anyway, so good morning, Galen. Good morning, Kathy Wood. How are you this morning? ASAP Lizzie, good to see you. It's always good to see ASAP is here and engaging in the chat. I always feel like she keeps the chat going and with her intelligent comments and things like that. This entire audience is super intelligent. As I was told when it was, I don't want to say handed off to me because it wasn't that, but it was as I was introduced to the community, I was warned that I was going to be able to get anything by this audience, or if I ever needed to be educated, this audience would educate me fast. Sam has to fix his hair. That's right. That's right. I should just do the show like this. It's like, yeah, so guys, how's it going? Didn't make the team, but jeez. It's Monday. It's Beanie Monday. That's what we're going to call it. Beanie Monday. I hate seeing myself because then I'm always trying to make things symmetrical, but I'm just not a symmetrical guy. Anyways, yeah, where was I? Ghost Rider 611 has reported for duty. Greetings and salutations. Do you know what movie that's from? Greetings and salutations. I'll give you guys a hint. It's a one-word name of a movie, and yeah, one-word name of the movie. I was going to say who was in it, but you guys would get it right away. It's kind of an underground movie, but it's super good. And so whenever I say greetings and salutations, I always do it in that voice. I can't even do it in my regular voice if I tried. I couldn't just say, that in my regular voice. I have to do it in this actor's voice. I've been doing it since the 80s. So I'm never going to get through this roll call. Motherbird, good to see you. I feel like I haven't seen you in a while. Thank you for helping out with the moderation. Also, we're going to have a great week, you guys. And thank you for being a member. Also, and Lindy, thank you for being a member. Where we at? Robin Bliss, good morning. How are you today? Good, Robin. I was just thinking of a Robin I knew in elementary school. She was so cool, man. She was so cool. My best friend had a crush on the Robin from elementary school. Like he would have me pass her a note, in the hallway. I wonder if kids still do that. Well, no, I guess they don't. They have phones. You remember just passing a note and just that feeling you would get in your stomach? It's like in between your heart and stomach, or it's at the top of your stomach. Oh God, that feeling is intense, man. When you first feel like you're just gonna love somebody in that way, like a personal love. That feeling is intense, man. That feeling is intense.